Okay, let's make some fried rice. You're going to need 3 slices of bacon cut into half-inch pieces, 2 green onions cut diagonally into half-inch pieces, half cup of frozen peas, half cup of shredded carrots, 3 eggs, 1 cup of shredded cabbage, whatever soy sauce you like to use, and if you have these oils, that would be great, and you'll need 2 cups of rice. So you want to get your bacon into the pan. The point is to get the bacon fried up nice and crisp, and just stir it around. Watch it so it doesn't smoke. You want to get it nice and crisp like this before you add the cabbage or any of the other vegetables. That is because if you add the vegetables too soon, the bacon will not crisp up after that because the amount of water that's in the vegetables. So once the bacon is crisp, you can start adding the vegetables in and just stir it around. You want to stir this cabbage and cook it until it is becoming translucent and soft. So now it's translucent and soft, as you can see, and the bacon is fully crisped up and hasn't gotten all soggy. That's how you want it to be. So now it's time to add the rest of the vegetables. And we're first going to add in the frozen peas. If you have frozen peas, that's fine. If you don't have frozen peas, they're not frozen, or you have a different vegetable, go ahead and put it in. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you have on hand. And we're going to add in the shredded carrots as well, and give it a stir and let those vegetables start to cook. You know, and again, if you don't have peas and carrots, you have other vegetables that you like, go ahead and use those instead. There's no rules here. Sometimes I actually use frozen peas and carrots, and that's what I use instead of doing it separately. So now we're going to add the rice. I know it's called fried rice, but you're really not frying the rice as much as you are just heating it up. And you just want to kind of spread it around the pan and break up the chunks and to get it heated through. Once that has happened, you want to make 3 little wells in the rice, and that's where you're going to be adding the eggs. And you're going to break 1 egg into each one of these 3 wells. And they're going to be cooking in place before you stir them around into the dish. There should be enough oil at the bottom of that pan from cooking the bacon that your eggs shouldn't stick. Now, this is a non-stick pan, and I would recommend that you use a non-stick pan to cook this dish. After the eggs have been there for a moment or two, you can go ahead and use a fork and break up the yolks and just kind of stir it around and kind of spread it out a little bit in the rice so that it has a chance to cook. You don't want to have uncooked bits of egg in your rice. So we're going to be getting it all mixed around as soon as it starts to cook on the bottom. So little pepper added to it is fine. You don't want to use any salt because of the saltiness of the soy sauce. So just pepper is fine, however much you like. If you have sesame oil, you can use a few drops of that. It's a very strong flavor, so again, just a few drops. And the same thing with the peanut oil, just a few drops, and that's to add a more authentic flavor to the fried rice, a more oriental kind of a flavor to the fried rice. So if you have them, go ahead and put them in. If you don't, that's fine. And now it's time to start turning that egg over. You really just kind of flip it. And once it's had a chance to cook on the other side, then you can start to stir it around and incorporate it into the regular, the rest of the dish. What you don't want to end up with is raw eggs spread around in the dish. You want to have enough opportunity for it to cook all the way through. And I always use a wooden utensil that's flat on the bottom, and that makes it easier to spread the egg around and just kind of chop up the larger pieces as you go. And watch carefully to make sure that you don't have any bits of raw eggs still there in the pan. Now it's time for your soy sauce or whatever it is that you use. You can use Mrs. Bragg's, which is what we use. You can use regular soy sauce. You can use coconut aminos, whatever it is that you like to use that is a soy sauce type of ingredient, that is fine. Make sure that you don't use too much of it because it does have a salty nature, and if you put too much, there's no taking it out. You can always add more if you need it, but you can't take it out once it's put in. The last thing you do is add your green onions in there. We're just going to stir them around, let them heat through, and they add a nice crunch and pop of flavor in the finished dish. Now the entire time this pan has been on the same heat that the bacon was cooked on, so we're ready to eat now. And enjoy. Thank you for viewing, and please like, subscribe, and share. Bye.